We're going to review the disclosure statements that are used in 1 to 4 units in the state of California. The first form is the lead-based paint hazards form, and in all of these forms the standard of care in which you are, as the seller, answering these questions that are posed in the disclosure forms is to the best of your knowledge. Are you aware of this fact or that fact? You're not duty-bound to go and investigate whether or not something is true. You're merely obligated to report as to whether or not you're aware of a certain situation. In this case, are you aware of any lead-based paint that was used in your property? And in most cases, homes that, well, in all cases, before after 1978, there was no lead-based paint that was allowed to be used in painting property. So the answer would be no if you had a property built after 1978. But again, the main point is whether or not you're aware, and if you're not aware, you would answer thusly, and if you are aware, you would check a yes box and make an explanation. There are some properties in which, next form here, are some properties in which they are located in an area in which that is controlled by homeowners association. This form is the form completed by the seller asking the homeowners association management company to check the boxes that are appropriate and provide those documents for the buyer's due diligence. The next form is a 10-page statewide buyer and seller advisory, and it's full of various topics that are recommended to the buyer to consider when they're buying real property, whether it's geologic hazards, water intrusion, easements, earthquake issues, schools, etc., etc. It's 10 pages of these things that you're making the buyer aware that they should consider. The next form is a California mandated form, the Seller Property Questionnaire. And again, the standard of care and how you're answering these questions are to the best of your knowledge. For example, in this area here, seller, are you aware of any alterations, modifications, remodeling, replacements, materials on the property? Yes or no? And if there's a yes answer to any of these questions, you print legibly here and explain what those items are. So you'll go through those 4 pages and complete those. The next form is the real estate transfer disclosure form. Same standard here. You're checking the boxes that apply as to whether you have a dishwasher, trash compactor, etc. Do they work? If they don't, what's wrong with them? And then here, are you aware of any of these issues, encroachments or room additions, structural modifications done without permits, etc.? If you're not aware, you check no. If you are aware, you check yes, and make your explanation below. Agents and buyers sign that. And then one of the latter forms here is the water heater and smoke detector disclosure. You're disclosing that you've made the appropriate addition of smoke detectors that are necessary and strap the water heater per earthquake code. And then the last form is the links for the buyer to download the forms mandated by the state of California for a buyer to have with regards to earthquakes, environmental hazards, etc. So it's a lot of work to complete, but just take your time going through it, and if you have any questions, give me a call. Thank you very, very much. Bye.